Good morning, everyone. It's day 58, and we're back outside the visitor center here at Mount Rogers, and I have no idea how far I'm going today. We'll play it by ear. The first shutters are like 8 miles, and then there's nothing, no other shutter for well over 20. So we'll probably end up at a campsite, maybe Davis Path, I think. So we shall see. It's a balmy 62 degrees. And hopefully the rain will hold off. It poured down at about 4:35 this morning. And apparently some more rain coming in the afternoon. So we'll play it by ear. Looks like I'll be camping in the rain this evening, so that is what it is. So without further ado, let's get a move on. Yeah, so before I forget, so the Travel Inn, it's a decent place. It's no Marion, but it was totally fine. I slept well there last night without Golem in the next room. And kudos to their little transit system here. So they do several routes. You can access it. Man, I just googled Marion Transit, and just hit the little icons for each route, and one of them is Mount Rogers Visitor Center. And one of their pickup points is the Walmart. And they pick up there at 8:30. The guy was actually there at 8:20. I was there at 8:15. And it's exact change, 50 cents, unless you've got a pass. And I was the only one on the bus. And it's just like a Ford E350, that type of deal, shuttle bus. And we just drove straight out here. I mean, it took like 15, 20 minutes, and it was 50 cents. So, yeah, man, just plan ahead a little, do a little bit of research when you're in town. There's no need to, muck around hitchhiking or taking a cab or, any of that stuff. I mean, 50 cents, and it was a straight drive out. Now, I don't know if they operate on the weekends. That may be a sticking point, but I ate at McDonald's for breakfast this morning. It wasn't completely hideous. In the past I've never really considered McDonald's to be food. Anything that doesn't go off, never put that in my body. But I had a perfectly respectable, what do they call it, a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. So basically it was just a beef patty, but it actually tasted somewhat like ground beef. And just get some extra calories in me for the walk this morning. We're doing some uppity downies, and it just sort of flattens out to towards Atkins and beyond. And it shouldn't be a bad day. But yeah, looking forward to it. Back to wearing the shoes this morning. I've got a double layer non-stick gauze pad over the big blister, which is healing. I mean, I went through 2 layers of skin, but it's healing. So I got the gauze pad doubled over, a big heavy-duty Band-Aid over that, and I've got athletic tape, self-adhesive, wrapped that onto my ankle as well. Band-Aid under my toe that got a blister on it, and it feels good so far. So, but the good thing is I know that I can walk 26 miles in Crocs, so I've got an option. Hey man, let's get into it. Where do these rocks come from? I don't know, this is nothing. I tried, granted with some limited success, catching up on some of my early risers videos. I don't know what it was with the internet. Last couple of days I was getting the whirling circle of death. Made it very annoying to try and watch anything. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny hearing them talk about the rocks, because I'm of the exact same opinion. You know, as far as other videos I've watched about Virginia, it was just pasture land and ponies. You know, some very selective filming going on. You know, walking over the stuff, I mean, you know, this is not problematic, but when you're doing it all day, and so often you're kind of catching the side of your shoe on these things, and your ankle rolls to the left or to the right. You know, it's just, it adds up. It doesn't matter whether you're in boots or shoes. I mean, it's just wear and tear. Well, my foot's feeling good on these shoes. It's all wrapped up nice. Yeah, I was watching one of Early Riser's videos where he was having some issues with his feet as well. Hey, you know, it's normal, man. I mean, I'm over 500 miles. He's over 700, I guess, by now. And, yeah, your shoes can be fitting perfectly. But after 500 to 700 miles, well, there's just that accumulated rubbing or contact with the skin against, the fabric of your shoe. I mean, your skin's going to give way at some point. Like the issue on my heel, I mean, that didn't even form a blister. That was just, slightly red skin in the morning, and then as I was walking that day, it just tore itself off my heel. It's just wear and tear. But yeah, it's funny seeing his videos where he's walking in snow, and then I've come through and it's been absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I love snow as well, but yeah, post-holing, 6 to 10 inches, that's not much fun. Check the weather forecast. Like I said, chance of rain this afternoon, or showers. Chance of showers tomorrow. There's only like a 30 or 40% chance. And but more importantly, the nighttime temperatures, man, they're creeping up. I don't think I have anything under 42 or 43 degrees. In which case, yeah, I won't be needing my blanket inside the sleeping bag. Oh, we're talking about gear. These high-trek non-cork grip $30 trekking poles that I scored on Amazon. These things have been absolute champs, man. I've met, let's see now, I think it's four hikers who have well over $100 plus lackeys, and they've broken them. And the only person I've met with lackeys that hasn't broken them and had issues was young Mr. Rooster. And he said he just had, lackey, like cheapos, kind of like the entry level ones, but they haven't broken. There was another guy out here, a German guy, and he had these carbon fiber lackeys. These things weren't cheap, man. And he broke them at Grayson Highlands. You know? Just goes to show, man. You know, look, I know people who have these things say, oh, I know they have a great, you know, customer service, and they'll ship these things to you, and yeah, that's great, and that is important. But how about they just don't break in the first place? Well, if you go from, you know, $30 poles to 100 plus, man, I would expect my 100 plus poles not to be giving me any issues if my $30 poles don't. Maybe it's just me. And I was in a pissy mood going through Grayson Highlands. Getting a little stompy, getting a little stampy. But yeah, absolutely no issues with these things at all. Yeah, I was in the mind to do a little bit of a gear review when I was at the motel, and then I went for a nap and I totally forgot about it. But you know, the pack's holding up great too. I've got about a half-inch section of the mesh, like the expandable pockets on the sides. That's come away, but you know, it came away a half-inch. God, no, 3-4 weeks ago, and you know, that's all it was. Nothing else is unraveled or anything. And I think it was because I was probably cold in the smokers, and it rammed one of my water bottles in there. It just kind of overstretched a little, and I just sort of gave way. But the zipper, where are we? The zipper on this side pocket came away a little bit over here. Just the stitching. And again, I think that might be more because I've got the belt at its absolute smallest, and so it's at a full curve, and it may just, you know, been a lot of tension on it. But the zipper is not compromised. It's just the stitching holding the fabric part of it to the pocket. And that's it. That's the only wear and tear on this $90 pack so far. Very happy with my gear. Yeah, someone made a comment that, oh, you know, if you hadn't gone so cheap, you wouldn't be having these issues, and you know, you're probably regretting not buying the cheapest stuff possible. You know, one of those guys. And you know, it couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know if he was commenting more because I was having issues with a blister, but I mean, yeah, getting a blister after 500 miles, man, is, I think, pretty good going. But ironically, my shoes are the most expensive thing I bought. These are $124. But my tent is rock solid. I think that was like $95. Had absolutely no issues with the tent. The zippers are awesome. It's been completely waterproof. The only seepage I had was when I was on the concrete pads at Fontana Dam, and that's because you have to be on the concrete pads. And it was just, you know, my bad luck that it rained that night. Sleeping bag's been awesome. Now, there's something to be said for having a synthetic bag, and of course, you know, these military grade ones, I mean, they're pretty tough stuff. But man, you just throw it in the washing machine and then throw it in the dryer, and it's done. You don't have to baby it at all. All right, we'll stop this rambling. We'll catch up with you when there's something interesting. Man, already got the bandana on. I used to walk in at 60 plus in the morning. Oh yeah, somebody commented that they're enjoying the videos, but could I tone down my language for when his wife and daughter are in the room? You know, it is what it is, man. You know, my wife is of the impression that I should get a Lifetime Achievement Award for keeping my language down the way that I have so far. You know, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. You know, saying shit, Jesus, goddamn. You know, I was hearing 10 times worse than that when I was 5 years old on the school ground, you know, 40 plus years ago. So, you know, I love that people are subscribing and are enjoying it, but yeah. The odd completely tame curse word is going to come out from time to time. You want to hear what's coming out of my mouth when I'm not filming, when I'm walking up yet another false summit and saying very, very mean and spiteful things to the mountain and about its mother. True story. So yeah, it's not going to change. Man, there was something else I was going to tell you. What was it? Oh, I fixed the ability to respond to personal messages on YouTube. So yay. So yeah, that's all good to go. I caught up with these messages because, you know, they should come through to my Gmail, but only a couple of them did. And then when I went into my my YouTube messages, there were all these other ones there, personal messages that people had sent me, and so I was able to respond to those. And God, there was one that I didn't know. What was it? Oh, the gentleman Teardrop. He's doing these hiker spotlights. I was going to respond to him through the message, and I got tied up with something. Eating, probably. But yeah, if he's watching, yeah, I'll do a spotlight when I finish. I don't want to jinx things and preempt doing a hiker spotlight until I've actually finished the damn thing. There I go, cursing again. Forgive me. Darn it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it all to hell. Alright. See you guys in a little while. Well, I'm glad we left the rocky part of the trail behind. Yeah, this really does slow you down. That was hysterical hearing Early Riser talk about it. Where you're saying you're walking on, I mean, this isn't the best example of it, but there are areas where you're walking on trail that is just complete rock, and then 10 feet to either side is completely flat dirt with, you know, some sporadically spaced trees. But they put the track where the rocks are, and you're like, why? So I love that he brought that up, because I had some choice words to say about that when I was by myself as well. You got to question the placement of some of this stuff. My Lord. All right, back in a little while. Let's looking southbound this morning. We're about an hour and a half in to our walk, and you know, if you were southbound, this would be a decent little spot to hang out for the night before going into town the next day. Finally had a piece here without being absolutely strewn with rocks. I was still kind of surprised at the lack of wildlife. I think the most common thing I've seen is chipmunks. And you know, I'm a big fan of chipmunks because, you know, Just coming up to what looks like a gravel road, I guess. Well, there's a few fire rings around here, so it's a pretty popular campsite spot. There's another one through there. And it looks like one across the road as well. Okie dokie. Settlers Museum, 4.6. You know, I like when they do signs like this. You know, because sometimes you just don't want to be dragging the book out to see exactly where you're at. That's a nice sign, easy to read. It's a pretty easy place to camp for the night. And again, we're only a couple of hours out from the partnership, well, the visitor centre trailhead, so another good place to overnight before you hit Marion in the morning, if that's your plan. All right, we're going to head this way. Well, that's more like it, Virginia. Let's just make all the paths, or trail, like this. I mean, how hard could it be? You know, it's amazing what a difference a week to, what was it, about 9 days. Early riser, the guys are coming through here, freezing their asses off in snow. I'm out here actually sweating, and it's let's see, it's about 68 degrees. I think I'll be giving myself a nice pepperminty bath when I get to camp today. Whew. Assuming there's some good water around wherever I stop. Yeah, that's another good buy I've been very happy with, is that little collapsible sink. I mean, I think it weighs 3 ounces, man. 3 ounces. And let's see, I've used it, because I haven't filmed every time I've used it. It's been about 4 or 5 times. You know, a couple of times it's been cold enough that, because I mean, obviously I'm not doing it if it's stupid cold, because, you know, I'm not taking off clothing and applying water to myself when it's, you know, sub-freezing, but whether it tides or it's, you know, the water's just been a little too cold to put on my body, but the ambient temperature's been fine. You know, I've just boiled water in my pot, added that to, you know, about a cup of water in the little wash sink, and it's been awesome. You know, it's so nice to be able to clean yourself properly on the trail, because the wipes don't do the wipes don't do anything. You know, you try and get dirt off your feet with those things, you're just wiping. But once you actually have water, you know, it's so much easier. You know, and it's just a hell of a lot more hygienic to be able to use soapy water. I've been very, very happy with it. Alright, enjoying this trail. Put this camera away and try to get some speed up. We're about just a smidge over 3 hours into our walk today. And this is the first running water I've come across. It's barely 2 inches deep. but it's clear. You could scoop it. There's more water running down the hill. Actually, there might be more water up ahead. Let's go have a look at that. Rocks and boulders. Yeah, that's the best spot. Yeah, so that's let's say about 4, maybe 5 inches deep, and that's about 7 to 8 inches. Yeah, it's totally usable. Here, that's surrounded by leaves. The water's clear, so yeah, not bad at all. All right, let's get going. All right, 10 minutes or so past those water sources, you come to this. So they must all be joining up, and it's a lot easier to get water out of. That's about 6 to 7 inches. Nice fast flowing here. And if you want to crawl its rhododendrons, you'll be able to get it as it falls over the rocks there. Whew. It's kind of pretty in here. Check where you're putting your feet. Ugh. Yeah, plenty of areas to go down and grab water. Not a problem. Good water. All right, catch up to you in a little while. Hey, look, rocks. Yeah, the stream is just following the path all the way down, or vice versa, depending on how you want to look at it. And actually, as you come, down, these areas are actually a little more easy to put a cup in or whatever you're using to get water. But yeah, I gotta put the phone away so I can navigate around these things. Far out.